This week Barbados cut ties from the royal family, and became a republic, 55 years after the country gained independence from the UK. In a message to the people of the Caribbean island, the Queen, who has ceased to be Barbados' trademark monarch, sent her good wishes for your happiness, peace and prosperity in the future. Her Majesty also emphasized the importance of the continuation of the friendship with the UK. Barbados, known by some as Little England, became a republic after almost 400 years, following the British monarch being head of state. Prince Charles attended the transition ceremony at National Heroes Square in Bridgetown where, just after midnight, the Queen TMS standard was lowered and the country TMS President, Dame Sandra Mason, was installed as the new head of state. Also in attendance was Barbados' trademark biggest star, Rihanna, who at the event was named a National Hero of the island by Prime Minister Markle. The singer and businesswoman had previously rubbed shoulders on the island with Charles' trademark youngest son Harry, when the Duke of Sussex visited Barbados in 2016. Harry met the pop singer while on a 2-week tour of the Caribbean in celebration of the Queen TMS 90th birthday. The pair shared a stage together for the 50th anniversary of Barbados' independence and 2 days later got tested at an HIV drop-in centre to mark World AIDS Day. The Duke of Sussex, who reportedly managed to convince Rihanna to take the test while backstage at the concert, was then awkwardly quizzed on his sex life by an HIV counsellor. Fabian Sargent explained to Harry that a barber shop was the perfect place to raise awareness for the need of HIV testing, as it TMS a place where people open up about the private details of their lives. Harry responded, "Everybody tells the hairdresser everything." Mr. Sargent then brought up a range of sex-related myths that were prevalent in Caribbean culture. He said, "One of the myths is that royalty don't TMT have sex." In a bid to change the subject, Harry replied, "And that royalty has blue blood." Mr. Sargent then followed up with, "Another myth is that royalty does not engage in oral sex." Harry swiftly retorted to howls of laughter, "ITMM not sitting in that chair." This week, the Prince of Wales' trademark visit to Barbados was less light-hearted, as he witnessed the island becoming a republic and offered words of conciliation and respect to the nation. Charles delivered a speech in the early hours of Tuesday morning in which he told a crowd that the creation of the republic offered a new beginning for Barbados. There had been reports of protests planned over Charles' trademark attendance, with critics believing it was a contradiction to have a representative from the monarchy as part of the process. Nevertheless, Charles attended and became the first member of the royal family to formally acknowledge the appalling atrocity of slavery in the Caribbean. The prince called the moment a milestone in the long road you have not only traveled, but which you have built. He added, "From the darkest days of our past, and the appalling atrocity of slavery, which forever stains our history, the people of this island forged their path with extraordinary fortitude. Emancipation, self-government and independence were your waypoints. Freedom, justice and self-determination have been your guides. Your long journey has brought you to this moment, not as your destination, but as a vantage point from which to survey a new horizon." Prince Harry, 36, and Meghan Markle, 40, signed multi-million-dollar contracts with Netflix and Spotify to create content for the platforms after leaving the royal family in March 2020. Royal commentator Omid Scobie has claimed after months of leave for the royal couple, they are getting ready for a busy period. He said royal fans will see why their move to the US was so important to them. Speaking to Good Morning America, Mr. Scobie said, "One of the lessons learned by the couple was it's okay to slow down. We saw them jump from one big project to the next, especially when they moved over to the US, but they're on parental leave at the moment, enjoying that important family time from home. But we are about to enter a very busy period for the couple when they do return to work. We will see those first projects from Spotify, the Netflix project coming out, and of course their own work from their charitable organization Artual. That's something they really want to be on the ground for. We know they're at their best when they're interacting with people on those special engagements." He added, "This is finally going to be a chance to see them showing us what they're doing in the US and why that move was so important for them." It comes as Harry flew to Aspen, Colorado to compete in a centibale polo match on Thursday after donating $1.5 million, $1.1 million, from the proceeds of his upcoming memoirs to the charity he co-founded. The royal family is braced for the publication of Harry's memoirs next year, which he has written not as The Prince I Was Born but as The Man I Have Become. Harry set up Centibale, in memory of his mother Diana, Princess of Wales, in Lesotho in 2006 to help vulnerable children in southern Africa affected by extreme poverty, inequality, and the HIV/AIDS epidemic. The Centibale ISBS Handa Polo Cup was postponed last year because of the pandemic. Harry said he was thrilled to be supporting Centibale in person, and his donation was one of several he planned to make to charitable organizations. Meghan and Harry received thinly veiled response from Michelle. Insight: Prince William didn't really want to be king, Princess Diana said. Analysis: Queen invites Sarah Ferguson to Balmoral this summer. Video. The Duke said in a statement on the charity's website, "Our refocused mission at Centibale is about addressing the most immediate needs of vulnerable children in southern Africa, helping them access vital health services, receive necessary care, and build skills to be more resilient and self-sufficient in the future." He thanked sponsors and those who had helped to make the tournament, which will have fewer guests than normal, COVID-safe. The Duke added, "The Centibale Polo Cup is critical to securing the funds needed to advance this important mission, and I'm thrilled to be able to support Centibale, both in person and financially through a separate charitable donation to meet this immediate need. This is one of several donations I plan to make to charitable organizations, and I'm grateful to be able to give back in this way for the children and communities who gravely need it." Prince Harry stepped down in January 2020 after a long period of tension with the British press. He and Meghan Markle stated that they needed space and were working to gain financial independence. One of the multiple deals they signed after leaving was a Netflix deal, rumored to be around 150 meters. Jeremy Kyle discussed the Duke and Duchess of Sussex with royal correspondent Rupert Bell. Mr. Kyle said, "Both he and his brother have spoken about the commercialization of his mother's legacy, William very strong on this. Harry, I find it astonishing, he hasn't got a leg to stand on, has he?" Mr. Bell said, "The problem is he's walked away from the royal family, and in a way, he's trying to be a private citizen." Mr. Kyle quipped, "I know you agree with me, I don't have a problem with him walking away from the royal family. But you don't walk away from the royal family and take 112 meters to slag them off and make television programs about them." Mr. Bell said, "And write the books and everything. That is the problem, presuming he knows that all of his paymasters now want something. They don't want bland, they want the tittle-tattle. That is the problem, anything that'll sell the books." Earlier this year, Harry announced that he was to release a memoir, which is set to be published in 2022. The prince stated, "I am writing this book not as the prince I was born, but as the man I have become. I've worn many hats over the years, both literally and figuratively, and my hope is that in telling my story, the highs and lows, the mistakes, the lessons learned, I can help show that no matter where we come from, we have more in common than we think." Harry has been slammed for the timing of his memoir, as it is set to overshadow the Queen's Platinum Jubilee celebrations. The Queen is the first British monarch to hold the celebrations, honouring her 70 years on the throne. It is unknown whether Harry and Meghan will return to the UK to celebrate with the Queen.